this thing here?
I don't really know. I've seen it a lot, though.
What would you call it, do you think?
A bad science experiment.
I would say that if you're hammered and you couldn't see it going back and forth, don't drive your car.
How in the world does something like this work?
That's a great question.
Chemistry was not my greatest subject, I'll tell you that.
That's right.
Ask me to add something and I may do a little better for you.
No, you got paid for your wrist shot. So, who knows what this thing is? I do. And what is it?
It's a dippy bird.
This is a dippy bird, and dippy birds dip. They wobble back and forth, and they tip over, and they wobble back and forth, tip over some more. Are these two dipping at the same rate, or does one seem a little more active than the other?
Yes.
This one seems a little more active, right? We need to do an experiment to figure out why in the world these things are doing this in the first place. Julie, do you have a theory as to why this thing is tipping back and forth?
Maybe the movement of the liquid, it's shifting the weight.
You are absolutely correct. The liquid is moving and shifting the weight, but that begs another question. Why is the liquid moving? Let's have a look and see if we can figure out exactly what's going on. You know, dip your fingers in there. It's just water. Bring them out. What do you feel now besides wet? What's the temperature of those fingers?
Cold.
Why does it feel cold?
Because of the water on my fingers.
Okay, what's the water doing?
The air currents are causing the water to evaporate.
Exactly. Carrie, I want you to just touch the head of the dippy bird and tell me what you feel.
Wetness, water.
It feels furry.
Does it feel wet?
A little bit wet, yes. It
Okay,
does.
it feels wet. If it's wet, what's the water doing?
Evaporating?
Right. And if it's evaporating, what does it do to the temperature of the head?
Top might be cooler.
Yeah.
Exactly. Warm, cold. We've got a temperature gradient.
Okay.
This is a thermal engine.
It looked like a thermometer, sort of.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
little bit.
thermometer. This is a thermal engine. We're using a temperature difference to move a liquid back and forth and make motion. Now we've got to try to bring all this together. This liquid is called methylene chloride. Okay? Methylene chloride is really cool stuff. It boils at a temperature very close to room temperature. There's no air in there, just the methylene chloride, and it's vapor. And when the vapor is warmer down here than it is up in the head, the vapor itself actually pushes the liquid from the warm area to the cold area. When it tips over, it drains back and starts the cycle again. So the whole thing is driven by the temperature difference between the bottom and the top. Now we're going to wrap it up with one of the greatest uses of methylene chloride ever devised. These are technically known as love testers. They have methylene chloride in them. How would you make the methylene chloride go from the bottom to the top? What made the liquid go up in the duck?
Temperature difference. Change the temperature by holding the bottom or the top.
Wrap your hand around the bottom. Wrap your hand around that. Make the bottom nice and warm. Just grab it.
It's going down!
Oh no, we got some. Grab it there, Karen. She's a love god. So, okay, move your fingers there so we can see. Tristan, go on. He's got the love stud. Okay, love stud. Oh man.
No.
Oh man. She's a love god. So this is not a good sign.
This isn't a good thing,
This
is
isn't
it?
a good thing.
I don't have a pulse, okay?
You guys have cold hands.
Well, they say cold hands is warm heart.
I know. Remember we saw this one was going faster than this one? If the temperature difference makes it tip, what would make it tip faster?
A bigger difference.
Bingo. How would you make one go faster than the other?
Wetting it with ethyl alcohol as opposed to water.
We'll put some alcohol in that baby and see if it'll go. We'll give it a second. Yeah, this alcohol one is on a tear. If you increase the temperature difference from the top and the bottom, what's going to happen to your rate of tipping?
Quicker the motion.
Exactly. You guys are good.
Thank you.
A toast to the dippy bird.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Don't want to break them. I broke it.